Everyone, Mike Watkins, HurricaneTrack.com and HurricaneAnalytics.com. I want to do a quick update on what is a potential tropical cyclone out in the Atlantic tonight. First of all, I want to point out it's not a tropical depression. There's a chance it may never become a tropical depression. Its environment is very questionable, but I want to do a quick update because things could become problematic for folks in the Bahamas or even in the east coast of Florida, and like the Bahamas need any more problems. But we've got a system that's developed out just south of or just north of Cuba there, east of the United States and the Florida East Coast. The thing is, there's a ton of variability. Now, none of the models are really suggesting this is going to become a huge hurricane in the next 2 days. Although that's a possibility, the model, there's really nothing suggesting that's the case. As you can see from this model map here, there's also a tremendous amount of spread between the models on where the storm's going to go. Some bring it way south here, some take it out to sea. This looks very familiar. We just did this 12 days ago with Dorian, and now we're going to do it again. The only difference being this is going to be a little bit more of a faster thing, although it is currently stationary as of the 8 p.m. advisory. So wanted to take a quick look at the water vapor imagery, see what's in the environment. There's an upper low back here, a little bit. There's some strong shear up on top of it. But there's another gigantic upper low over the Gulf of Mexico, and the flow around that system is standing up the thunderstorm activity and what's trying to establish an outflow out here. That's why the storm kind of has this V shape to it. It's sheared pretty strongly right now. That's why it's possible it could just kind of not develop as the GFS is suggesting, in which case it would probably stay, or if it develops just a little bit, stays in a shallow layer, might move closer to Florida and bring kind of not great weather, but certainly not anything that you'd need to put the shutters up for, hopefully. And then if it relents a little bit, then perhaps the storm can strengthen some. We just don't know. This is a very uncertain forecast. I mean, there's a tremendous upper trough here coming in. You can see just the corner of it in the view. But this gigantic upper low is what this is the story right now. And so as long as that's there, there's not going to be much intensification. However, the tropics are getting active. We are now looking at another system out in the middle of the Atlantic here. Let me clear all that junk out. That's going to develop and be in this general neighborhood. The Madden-Julian oscillation, the atmospheric circulation around that kind of goes around the Earth in the tropics is entering a positive phase and coming into the Atlantic. That's why we're seeing this kind of flare-up of thunderstorm activity. And so while this system is a concern and certainly something we'll need to watch down the road, I think this is going to become our next significant storm, perhaps as we get into next week, as it may develop here around the Leeward, Windward Islands, and the Greater Antilles. So not a lot to discuss. There's certainly a tremendous amount of uncertainty. The general forecast brings it very close to the coast and in Florida. That could change, but I don't think there'll be a ton of movement at the next advisory. The only thing that makes me concerned about some sort of rapid intensification is, A, it's that time of year, and B, if it happens, it generally happens in the southwest Atlantic down here where the waters are really, really warm. Also see it in the Caribbean too, in the Western Caribbean. But nothing on the map that suggests that's a concern for the moment, so we'll keep an eye on it. Mike Watkins, HurricaneTrack.com, Hurricane Analytics, and I'll do another update probably tomorrow night.